Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Melina's feeling good, darlings. Now, after seeing those new wigs, you're probably thinking, what else has she got in store, darling? Well, actually, I've got other new wigs. I've got new wigs, darling. This is not a new wig. It looks like a new wig, but it's not a new wig. I have one more new wig, okay, guys? So I'm saving it for another day. Now, I love it. It's gorgeous. It's really beautiful. But I already have two new wigs, so I want to just show those ones off for today and then just do this one because I love this wig. Isn't this gorgeous? Now, the thing about my wigs is a lot of them look new because I've had them not very long and I do a very good job and they're all really nice. So it's not like it's a big deal when I have an older wig. Like, this is so gorgeous. You're like, this seems new, darling. And it totally does, everyone. Alright guys, feeling really good today. Honestly, that rainbow wig is so nice. I hope you like it. I really make sure I do a good job for you guys. I want to make sure you guys are impressed and that you love my show. Now guys, I do want you guys to share me with the world, let everybody know, but the one thing I want to talk about here is the reason why you would be nice if you could share me, but the reason why I want you to share me is because I sing, I dance, I act, I do memes, I do slam poetry, I do comedy, I do fashion reviews, I do motivational speeches, I do covers, really good covers, I do, I do comedy, like I said, I do modeling, I do original songs, I write my own lyrics for the original songs. I write all my comedic acts. I read short stories, so I do read short stories as well. I do very, very well. I'm very, very good, all right? And I model as well, like I probably already said, but I model, so I'm very, very good. I'm well-rounded. I'm not just a one-person kind of show. I do lots of things. So people would really like my channel. And you know, my comedy is really funny. I usually do really funny stories on like things that happen to people. Like, you know, one story was on a producer that ended up going to they ended up going to on a dinner with this girl that's an actress, and she obviously is Mileena, and Milena's like trying to portray that she's got like perfect ability to act and she's so good, and yet they're going out for chicken and tacos at Taco Bell KFC, and they're just like, she's got a quirk where she says chicken in a funny way. She's like, chicken, chicken, or whatever, right? And then you have to see the skit. It's funnier when I do it on the skit. But and then like when they order tacos, they have a funny thing where I think they yell out tacos. They go, the tacos or something. And so it's strange for both of them. But she's pretending that she's in a movie, rehearsing for a funny scene. Because he's like, why are you being so rude to the cashier? You're saying chicken in a very funny way. Like, that's not very nice. And she's like, well, no, I'm just practicing. Obviously, it's a quirk of hers, but she's like, it's not really a quirk of mine. But anyway, so she's like, she's like, I'm practicing for a movie. And then they're like, that's a really funny movie. We'll hire you for funny movies too. And then when they order tacos, she's like, hey, you made the same kind of thing that I did. And then they're like, well, you acted yours out. We're serious. We have a quirk about us. So then she's like, hey, you know, you have the same quirk that I do. And then they're like, oh, well, we'll have you in movies all the time, darling. It was just so funny. You have to see the actual skit. It's way funnier than I actually make it sound. Anyway, and if you think it sounded funny where I made it sound, then you're going to be really, it's a big surprise, darling. And I've got so many other skits, like I do Subway, I do like Sephora, I do all kinds of stuff, and they're funny, funny, funny. And then I do singing and dancing. I just want to say to you guys, you know, no matter where you're at or no matter what your struggles or what you're doing, there have been people that have been in a homeless situation or majorly on drugs or in a very difficult situation and they have a hard time and they get through it, okay? So don't think that you're, you know, going to never get through your situation. You know, some people get through really, really bad stuff. I mean, if the worst thing you have is a minimum wage job, at least you're working. and you're struggling, but that, you'll, if you get a better job or you strive to get a better job, that's good. And even if you don't, if you have a minimum wage job, just be proud of yourself. Everybody starts somewhere, and not everybody wants to go further. Not everyone wants to do things better for themselves. And minimum wage job is a job, right? Some people don't have that, right? So really, anybody can be anywhere. Anybody can do anything. If you want something higher than a minimum wage job, work towards it, right? And go for it. And if you do get it, you'll be so grateful. And but everybody's where they're at for a reason. Everybody's where they're at for a time. But some people really make a big change. Some people can become millionaires, even though they were once working minimum wage or they were homeless. So remember, guys, you're not always stuck in your position. You're not always stuck being in the same position you're in. And some people are really happy regardless of what position they're in. There's some people that love their lives and they wouldn't trade it for anything in the world. So just remember that, if you're in a tough position and you're struggling, there is hope and there is ability to change. And if you don't want to change or there's no change, just be happy with your position. Some people have really absolutely nothing and are totally happy and they love it. And if that's you or someone and they're happy, enjoy it. Let them feed off of it. Feed off the happiness. Maybe you have a lot more than they do, or they, whatever, or maybe they have, if you have somebody that's really happy with making nothing, it really shows a lot of great strength in them. There's some people that have millions of dollars worth of stuff, they have tons of stuff, and they're not happy, right? So just remember that regardless of where you're at, be happy, be in love with your situation. Don't worry about what anybody else says. Remember that, guys. All right, bye now. Bye, everyone.